What's up, beautiful people? I know it's been a very long time since you all saw me here on YouTube. Thank you all for those that follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I am just setting something wet, y'all. But I am sitting out here in my main goat yard. The boys are kind of off in this little area by themselves, but my girls are right there. And I just want to introduce you to the new additions to Royal Roots Farm. And it's drizzling a little bit, so they act like they don't want to come out. And that's fine. I'm going to sit here and see if they come see what I'm doing. The boys are back there eating some grass. But me and the girls are very excited to start on this new journey of animal husbandry. We've already had chickens for those who have already followed us, and so we still have our chickens. We've gotten into somewhat of a rotation with them. I tried the meat bird variety or breed so that I could have strictly birds for meat and then also some for laying, and it didn't work as well as I would have hoped for us. Oh, here they come. Hi. Say hi. Disregard the flour on me. I just finished kneading bread. I'm kneading dough. I'm making some rolls for dinner. And so it's resting or rising right now. So I have a little bit of residual flour. But hi. Hey. So this is Freya, and that is Rebecca. Back there, you have Elijah, and then the brown one is Klaus. These are my originals. These girls will be the does that are going to give me babies. And Elijah is banded, but Klaus right here, this brown one, he is naturally polled, and he is going to be my herd sire for the time being. So these are my originals. And so we are excited about that. If you washed your hands, then why did you come back out here?
Because I want cereal. Because I wipe my hands.
Oh, you wanted to come tell me you wash your hands so you can get cereal? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, you can get cereal.
So that's what we're working on now. Now, I do have some of my chickens in here. I have one rooster and 4 hens that I brought in here with the goats, mainly because I had too many roosters over in the main chicken yard, and they were not getting along with this particular rooster. He was getting beat up on by all 3 of the other ones. So I wanted to separate them out. I'm not ready to process, but I was starting to talk about, until Freya and Rebecca came up here, the chicken rotation. So what I have decided, since I do have dual purpose birds, is we are going to just reset our flock every year. Hey girl. We're going to reset our flock every year. So I have about 30 baby chicks in the shed behind me, and the brooder. And so when they are ready to go into the big coop, then we will be processing the other chickens. I'll probably process a little bit at a time so I can continue to get some fresh eggs until those start to lay. But we will start with the roosters that we're not keeping, because as it gets hotter, they will begin to fight more, and I don't want them to kill each other. I want to make use of every bit excuse me, of our farm as possible. So that is what is going to be up for probably in the next couple of months. I might go ahead and do the roosters, and then we'll start probably late summer on the hens as the other chickens come of age. And I think that's what we're going to continue to do. That's what works for my family. I am not going to be selling the meat from the chickens. That is going to be just for the consumption of my family. However, when we do start getting the goat herd a little bit bigger, I will be probably producing meat for sale. So we'll see. That is in the plans, at least. And so Rebecca is over there having a conversation with the boys. Some other things that's happening. So I am way behind on the gardening, but let's just go take a look while I'm out here so I can show you all what's going on in the garden. There's some major changes happening there. This year is definitely the year that I have kind of come into my farm and realized the things that I like and how I like for things to be set up. So previously, if you have seen my farm before, this was way different. I had the layout completely different. I wanted to utilize more space. I wanted to be able to grow more food. And so I have completely changed the layout. The first thing I did was I took down all of those raised beds, those Vijayga beds, and I put them back together in a different shape. So originally these were 8x4s, but now they are 10x2s, and this works perfectly. I'm actually getting way more out of the same amount of space, and it's mainly because of, number one, spacing. When I had the 8x4, I was trying to utilize that center part. I was planting on one side, the other side, and then down the center. And that was not working for me for a number of reasons. The main one being it was hard for me to reach into the center. And so I was kind of trying to force most of the plants to fit. Number two, it was taking up a lot of space, those 8x4s. And so this actually allows me to get, like, in this area right here, was probably the same amount of space that I used for one raised bed, and then the space in between the others. And so this just kind of works better. I'm going to order more so that I can have more raised beds now that I have more space. I'm also doing an in-ground garden here, which is why this silage tarp is there. I'm going to take this Vijayga bed apart and do the same thing, make that a 10x2. I have another one that I haven't even put together yet. And they're going to go in the back. As you can see, I got all this space back here I'm not utilizing. And so this year, I'm going to be using that as well. Back here is where the chickens used to be. And I'm going to till that up and turn it over because I do want to plant in there. If not this summer, then at least in the fall. But it's very hot on the top. And so if I can, I typically go with a no-till. I don't even own a tiller. I'm going to borrow someone's tiller because I just want to till that part right there. Just because I just moved the chickens from over there, and so it's very hot. And if I want to plant in it this summer, I have to turn that soil over so that I can. So that is the only reason that I will be tilling anything in this garden. My mom and I are supposed to come out here tomorrow and get a whole lot of this done. I have another bed over here that I have to take apart. I got some raised beds back here that need to be cleaned out so that I can go ahead and plant in there. I got a really late start because I was really focusing on the goats and getting their fencing done. As you all know, I do all of this by myself. I had like 20 to 30 minutes worth of help on this fence, and then the rest of it was all me, digging the posts and everything. It took me about 2 months. I didn't even have enough posts to do the chickens, but I was really focused on the goats at that point. And so I didn't get any of my gardening done. I started seeds, they all died because I was so wrapped up in getting the goat stuff done that I completely forgot about the garden. I planted these at the beginning of spring before I even got started on the goat yard, and that's the only reason why this actually has something in here. We harvested off of these yesterday, and I posted, I think, like a short or something or a story on TikTok and Instagram because I am going to cook that tonight, and I continue to harvest. What happened? Okay, all right, wait till I come in there, okay? Okay. 1 second. I want to be able to show you all that I harvest off of these all season. So I'll take the larger leaves and I'll pick those off. I'll break them off or whatever, and then we will eat those. And I do that at least once a week because they grow back so much faster if you continue to harvest off of them. If you just let them grow, they're going to shoot to seed. But the more you pull, the more you harvest, the more it grows. So that's what I'm doing here. The cabbage is absolutely gorgeous. I am so proud of this cabbage this year. And we're getting heads, so hopefully we'll be able to harvest these very shortly before it gets really, really hot. I do have some sweet peas. We got some flowers going on here. These were kind of just planted as an afterthought, so some of them didn't actually make it up the trellis, and that's fine. And then I also have Brussels sprouts in the back right here. I'm not going to walk around there right now. We already ate the broccoli, but another thing that I did this year is I didn't pull up my broccoli plants. I took the broccoli off of every single one of these, and it looks like they are starting to get more broccoli because I left the plant. So this one has about 3 heads that's growing right now from where I took the broccoli off. This one only has 1 head that kind of grew out the side. It kind of did a shoot out the side from when I took this one off. But I'm going to let them stay as long as they are not going to seed. We're going to let them stay. As you can see, we've been harvesting off of the kale. So like, let's see if you can see that. So all the bottom ones are off. The smaller leaves are going to continue to grow. I said I wasn't going to come around here, but I did anyway. And so this is all I have planted so far. It will get better. Stop. It will get better as I work out here more. My mom is coming tomorrow, and so hopefully we'll get some stuff done. I'm going to try to record. I don't know if it's going to happen. I cannot promise because we're going to try to get as much done as possible. And that may mean that I cannot like walk around with the camera. I might set up a tripod and just sit it in a corner and let it record and maybe upload that. And if you're interested in watching us just be out here for hours like we can do, then maybe that'll work for you. But I thank everyone who has checked on us. We are doing great. There's a lot of things that's in the works for Royal Roots Farm. I am trying my best to keep up with you all on the short form video platforms like TikTok and Instagram. And I'll continue to do that even if I can't get here to YouTube. But otherwise, we're doing great. Thank you so much. Hopefully this will be the year that I can transition to this full time. It really just depends on some of the things that I'm working on right now, because I still got to pay bills, y'all. The bills keep coming, okay? So until this is paying the bills, I do have to work full time as well. So it sometimes gets in the way. But I have the website up and running. We have the donation link up and running if you want to sew into our farm. We are forever grateful. I am working on our merch store. I had a merch store. I shut that down. It wasn't working for us. So I'm working on a new one. I will put the links in the description and try to keep them in the description of all the videos going forward. You can drop us a line, send an email, shoot us a direct message. All of those things. Thank you all again for joining me, listening to me rant, meeting our goats. And until next time, y'all, be blessed.